Hello Applovers, thanks for joining again. Today we're going to talk about why is it important to maintain an updated application. Before we start, how often do you update your apps? Do you have an automatic update on your smartphone, or do you regularly go and update manually each application? Let me know in the comments. We're going to approach the subject from the app developer provider and from the end user, because it's important to understand both sides of the coin. From the app provider side, it's important to understand that the app maintenance, it's a recurrent fee that you have to consider in your budget year after year. How much can this cost? Well, it normally goes between 20 and 25% of the total cost of the app development. So let's say that your application cost 100,000 euros to develop. That means that for the next future years, you're going to have to put aside a budget of around 20 and 25,000 euros in order to maintain the application to the latest update features. Why do we do this? Why is it important to maintain an app? It's important for several reasons. However, it will depend on the type of application that you're providing to the market. Now, once you understand what type of app you have and what are the main functionalities or the value that you are providing to the market or to the end user, you can then interpret why or how often do you have to maintain the apps. Now, this can go because of multiple reasons. It can be, for example, introduction of new features or new functionalities. It can also be the introduction of a new user interface system or a user experience. It can also be related to the latest operation system updates for where your app is running. That means Android, Apple, or any other operation system. They tend to normally update their system on a regular basis, so every time that there's an update, you would have to update your app depending if this operation system affects the functionality of your app or not. And lastly, a very important point is because of bug fixes or improvements of the app. So what are bug fixes? What is a bug? Well, a bug is something that doesn't work as you planned in a software. And depending on where you identify this bug, the cost of it can be exponential. So if you identify a bug in an early stage process development of your app, then you can actually go and fix it, and it's not going to have a huge economic impact on your application. However, if the bug goes through all of the processes and it ends up live, then it can be a big chunk of money that you might lose. To give you an example, Toyota in 2009 lost around $3 billion because of a software bug for the automatic brakes. So it's important to really understand how you can identify bugs easier or earlier before you go live. And to do this, you can integrate a Q&A workflow, which is a quality and assurance workflow. It is incredibly important to have it set up for your application when you introduce new features, when you introduce new connections, when there's an update of the infrastructure or of the architecture. You need to have a team that is dedicated to the quality and assurance of this app, so they can validate the app before it goes into production, meaning that it goes live, and then your end users will not have to have any type of bugs or any type of problems. Now, consider that technology evolves constantly, so you can expect that apps are going to have bugs very often. The difference of a good app from a bad app would be how quickly these apps can fix the existing problems and push the new updates easier for the end user. As a rule of thumb, your development team should be investing at least up to 80% of their time into new functionalities, new features, and improvements of existing apps, and a 20% into actual bug fixing and improvements of the existing app. So it's a very big difference of the time that you have to invest, but normally these numbers are so low because you have a correct workflow and a correct quality and assurance process in order to assure that the performance of your app when it goes live to the market. Finally, a very important aspect in order to maintain the app the app's performance is to gather feedback from the users, from the end users. And you can do this in multiple ways. It can be from doing beta versions of the app that you can share with early adopters. This is something Apple does, for example, for the newest iOS releases. But it's also a way of communicating with your end users. So it gives a real good feedback for the end user because it feels that you are heard, it feels that you care about what your user thinks, and it actually centers the user in as the most important asset of the application. Because at the end of the day, they are the most important asset of the app, and the app is going to be valuable if it has users. So this is a great way of gathering feedback for improving your existing app and for demonstrating that you really care about your end users. Finally, how does this stack up from the other side of the coin, no? From the end user, so from you, for me. How does this work? Well, having an updated application is going to guarantee the performance of our app. Sometimes we update our phone for the operation system, or we have a problem in our own phone due to another application or something, and it can affect the performance of our app. So having an updated application is going to guarantee the best user experience, the best functionalities, and the best performance of the app that can exist today. If you're currently looking into developing a new app, you can either choose to work with a completely new development team and create everything from zero, and then have a team dedicated to maintenance and new releases for the future years to come. Or you can choose to work with a platform, with a SaaS platform, that can allow you to just concentrate on creating your app, and the platform is going to concentrate on introducing new features, new functionalities, and updating and evolving the platform to the new rules of the operation systems. So these are two ways that you can go. If you are looking into this right now, you can drop me a comment, send me a direct message. I can help you with this. Just reach out to me and we can set up a call super easily, and we can discuss these points further, so I can give you my opinion on where you should go. Of course, it's going to depend on the app that you want to create, but there's always a solution in the market for your needs. That's it for today. Thank you for joining. Please like, share, or comment. Let me know if you have any additional questions or you want to discuss any additional point more in depth. We can do that on future videos. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week, and take care. Bye-bye.